Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. And actually the queue popped right as we're starting the live stream. So we're going to be doing LFR ToV Heroic Emerald Nightmare. I know we have that on farm, but since the changes happened, I really want to get used to my new rotation. So today is going to be more about getting used to my new rotation. And hopefully we can get a few upgrades. But welcome everyone, welcome. We're going to be doing LFR ToV Heroic Emerald Nightmare just so that we can get these brand new changes. I have some new weak auras that should be able to help, but I am running Vengeance and Devastator. So hopefully we can get used to the brand new rotation, pick something up today. The only practice I've really had is random heroics so far. So this should be fun. Should be interesting with these brand new changes. We should be seeing a lot more DPS. But we'll be picking up, hopefully we'll pick up some new gear too. I mean, if we get some Titan Forge stuff, that'd be really cool. Let's give that a shot. What's up, Glocks? Have you done anything with the new patch that came out? Are you running any like Vengeance or the Devastator talent? Oh, and I haven't updated my add-ons. That's something I need to do later today too. Okay, how are Pally's doing now? Let's see if this is my other tank. It is not. I'll pick up him, doll. The other Pally should be here. I mean, the other tank. That's probably the other tank. Nope. Oh, that sucks. You should try to hop on back on your warrior because our AoE damage went up a lot. Oh, is that my other tank? Looks like it. 3.2. No, Fury. I don't know where my other tank is. Well, it doesn't matter where my other tank is. Somebody ninja pulled. So you guys can see my brand new weak auras. They're helping me with when the best time to cast certain spells are. I can see cooldowns a little bit better, when I should stop casting certain things. It's really interesting. Gameplay is a lot different, but since I'm watching procs a little bit more than usual, I'm actually missing out on my shield block 100% uptime. So I need to get used to this. And I also don't have the haste required for shield block 100% uptime, to be really honest. You guys can see my shield block uptime is definitely not 100% anymore. Alright, phase 2. Let me pick up Odin. Put him where he should be. But my ignore pains are getting up a lot faster. My ignore pains are climbing up a lot faster, so that's definitely a plus. Should get a taunt off here. Hopefully. Hopefully. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get a taunt off. Alright, the damage from LFR shouldn't kill me. I should be okay. So the stacks fell off, so I don't need a taunt off anymore. But it would have still been nice. So we're in a good spot now. Honestly, I think we're gonna one phase this. Damage going out isn't too great on me. I always have trouble figuring out where the first phase is. Hopefully I get a taunt off for these guys. Come on, taunt off. Nope. I'm gonna take a full spear to the face.
4, 3, 2, 1. Run away, little girl. Run away.
Let's see if you can survive a spear from point blank.
4, 3.
And you can if you pop shield wall.
Run away, little girl. Run away. 4, 3, 2.
So I'm not getting any taunts off, but you can still survive spears.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Nah, not that many. I don't have enough cooldowns for that. But there's the other tank. Didn't get any taunts off. Yeah, so my first instinct with this patch was they're nerfing secondary stats. They were changing core mechanics of a lot of classes. I was just like, this is ridiculous, you know, we're all getting nerfed. But overall, I think Blizzard accomplished what they set out to do, and we actually got upgrades. And I got a piece of gear, and my bags are a damn mess. Let me throw that away. It's not an upgrade, but hell, it's a brand new transmog, I think. But yeah, definitely I can tell that groups are doing a lot better now. Unfortunately, like on my character sheet, my haste isn't where it used to be. My mastery isn't where it used to be. But overall, it might be a really good buff, or actually, it is a really good buff. Let's see what my DPS was before I died. Well, it's actually not that great because I had that bleed effect. But I've been sitting at 200 to 250k single target now. when before this I was like at 100 and something. With 377k spiking there. And I'm not built out for 5-mans. Like there's some people that get the revenge talent point and they actually put out a ton of damage. In case you guys are wondering for any of these weak auras, if you play a Prot Warrior and you're, a little confused with the new Vengeance, new Devastator talent point, all these weak auras are in my last video that I uploaded this morning. So you can go ahead and look there, and all those weak auras are in the description of the video. But you can see that this weak aura right here switches according to what buff I have and when it's best to cast the next spell. So to switch for my Vengeance, this particular one, Ignore Pain to Revenge, it'll tell me when the ideal time to cast it is when it's glowing. When it's a good time to cast it, it's just solid. And then next to that I have this, which is my Devastator tracker, which is going to tell me when I should be, using my global cooldowns, when I shouldn't be, just in case my Devastator procs. Above that, I made my own, just a very simple button that tells me when my Shield Slam is off cooldown, so that I can prioritize using that over anything else. Just in case I start getting resets or whatever it is. When I get resets or when it goes off cooldown. I'm still not used to this new rotation, to be 100% honest. I also want to say thank you to everybody. This morning's upload was actually my 100th video, 100th upload to the channel. So thank you everybody that's joined me so far. And here's still 100 more. The community is growing. At least, well, this channel is growing and the community accordingly. I do like the conversations that a lot of you guys have with me and a lot of the comment sections and tweets. So thank you guys for that. I actually like the no devastate. It opens up our rotation a little bit more. The filler is still a little bit weird to me. I keep, trying to press my old devastate button when I'm doing filler sometimes. But it feels better. I mean, devastate was that button we were always spamming anyway. At least now we don't have to constantly keep hitting it every single global cooldown. Thank you, Andrew. And welcome to the community, Andrew. If you ever have any questions, you can leave comments on any of my videos or tweet at me. I try my best to respond in a timely manner. Send me messages. Whatever it is you need to do to get a hold of me, you can go ahead and just reach out to me. You find hard to get the rotation for Devastate going if you don't have the charge range. Every now and then I start getting so many really good procs with the new Devastate talent that it's just back to back to back shield slams. Of course, every now and then you go through a dry spell, but every now and then it's just so perfect. Let's do a slash pull 15. I think the only person missing, yeah, this DK. Or, you know, or we can just ninja pull. I'm gonna go ahead and pick red this time. Actually, red had a lot more people, so we went green. In LFR, the colors aren't nearly as, meaningful as they are when you're doing mythic or heroic. That you actually need to pick colors depending on what debuffs they do. In LFR, just pick a color. If not a lot of people are jumping to that color, you should jump on it because the damage isn't going to be split correctly, and some people might go down. This is one of the undocumented changes I saw, that people get knocked up in the air a lot more from Guarm. And yeah, that seemed a little bit higher. Let's get him right into position. I think the other tank taunted off me, right? Yeah. She needs to face him back so that people can stand in their colors. Let me put him back into position. But this new rotation is actually pretty fun. You know, I hope it's not just the honeymoon phase of it being new. It feels like I'm generating a lot more rage. My ignore pains are going up faster. See, I almost capped out on rage there. Although I did... Why are you facing him that way? You know, if you're facing Guarm the wrong way, people are going to have trouble getting to their colors. And if they don't get to their colors, they just get one shot, and that's it. So that's why you never want to face Guarm away from the group, or towards a bridge or whatever. You always want to face Guarm to the group. You want to avoid those fangs as much as you can, but at the same time, face it correctly. Or else you're gonna get healers in range that just get one shot. And that's a Guarm one shot here. Oh, the taunt. Yeah, for Guarm there's no need for tanks to taunt off each other, by the way. Oh, come on. Alright. Yeah, once people hit the new haste breakpoint, it'll definitely be different. The new haste breakpoint is honestly very, very high. I was looking at what dungeons drop what loot, and it's gonna be a lot more farming now. But I can definitely go over the new rotation, and you should definitely try running some Mythic Pluses. My suggestion would be to run a Mythic Plus 2 and try to 3 chest it. See how much damage you're taking with the bigger pulls. So the new rotation, if you do have Vengeance and Devastator, you're basically just gonna rotate between your Revenge and your Ignore Pain, and you're gonna use Shield Slam every single time you have a cooldown. If you see this tracker right here, it goes red at certain points. It only goes red when I'm about to parry or when my global cooldown is about to run out. The reason I mentioned in today's video you need to really watch your global cooldowns is you don't want to clip your global cooldown of trying to reset Devastator so that you can't use Shield Slam as soon as it comes off cooldown. So basically, you rotate between Ignore Pain and Revenge. Specifically, the best time to use Revenge is when you get a parry or when you get it for free. Shield Slam as soon as it comes off cooldown, and your filler is Thunderclap and any other ability you're going to use in the time. Thunderclap is your biggest filler just because it actually gives you rage. There's, Neltharian's Fury or any other cooldowns that kind of also take the room of that global cooldown. But every now and then you might sit for a second or two without a button to press. But for those wondering, with this weak aura here with the Devastator icon, basically if it's red, you don't want to cast anything. And what that's doing is it's counting your swing timer, and it's saying, hey, your swing timer is up soon, and it can reset your Shield Slam. You don't want to miss out on your Shield Slam for more than, I believe the math was, if you miss your Shield Slam for more than 2/3 of a global cooldown, you're not doing it right. You're not optimizing your rotation as much as you can be. So overall, you don't want to be using you don't want to use any other global cooldown using ability right before your Devastator has a chance to reset. It requires you watching things a lot more carefully, but I mean, the amount of rage you generate is insane. Your 78% mastery for arms, that's intense. And again, I'll do a more in-depth look at the whole Vengeance and Devastate situation, just because it is a little more intense. It does require you knowing a little bit more, because if you're going into it uneducated, a bad Devastate play can actually underplay like a really good Indomitable. So Indomitable is still the way to go. It's still a really solid way to go, especially if you're not 100% sure on how to play Devastator. So I should get a taunt off here, but I'm not entirely certain that'll happen. We didn't get a taunt off on Odin at all. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So we'll just keep tanking. We don't want to just run away. I'm looking at the threat charts here on Omen, and a priest is actually number 2. So if I run away, I don't know if the other tank is the one that's going to be getting hit. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna keep tanking, main tanking Helia through all of the debuffs, but we actually should be okay. This damage isn't too crazy in LFR. Something else you have to watch out a little bit more than before is with your heavy repercussions, making sure that you actually have shield block up. If you don't have shield block up at that time, sometimes it's worth waiting an extra second to get that shield slam off cooldown, just because it helps a lot maintaining the buff. But since we don't have it all the time, or since it got nerfed, you know, 100% uptime is very hard to get now. Alright, phase 2. I'm going to pick up the Mariner on this side. Yeah, despite all our secondary stats getting nerfed, it doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would. Because, you know, I logged into the PTR. Here I am 19% haste nowadays. It looked terrible, and at first I was like, this is completely bad. I'm hating this, but it doesn't seem that bad anymore. And now instead of focusing on 2 secondary stats, we just focus on 1. We just need to focus on haste as warriors, so all the other things just kind of come by when they just sort of are on your gear if they're on your gear. Yeah, a lot of the really great legendaries did get nerfed. Fortunately, I only have 2 legendaries, and they're both gloves, one for arms and one for prot. So I got the good legendaries. I lucked out and I got the good legendaries, but I'm glad they're a little more even now. It's like a little bit of bad luck protection for everyone. It's you don't need those gloves in order to be a competent raider anymore. Hopefully the other tank picks that up. Yeah. So again, it looks like we're just gonna one-shot through this, and the new rotation, I'm still getting used to it. Every now and then I have moments where it's like, oh, that's right, Thunderclap is filler. Overall, I am enjoying it though. But see, like here, Thunderclap is filler. Throw up that shield block, shield slam, and now I start my rotation again. Nothing to do. Start throwing out those Thunderclaps. Those were right next to each other. I couldn't get away from those. The artifact ability, I use it more in Mythic Pluses. Right now, since I'm trying to focus on this, you know, I'm not using it too much. But normally I use it to pick up AoE groups, and in boss fights I pick it up if a really big physical hit is coming and shield block is down. I try my best to keep up shield block as much as possible. But if I'm not having any issue with it, then I don't see a need to use it. I use it also when I need the DPS for it. So when I'm doing Il'gynoth, when you're in there and trying to one-phase it, I'll use it. Mostly when I need some physical mitigation or I need the DPS from it. Pop Avatar, pop Battle Cry, and a full Neltharian's Fury. Alright, so let's go look for Heroic Emerald Nightmare Group, see how we do that. This did seem a little bit easier, especially the fact that I was able to take I think it was 3 spears without a taunt off. So let's go take a look. Let's try this Emerald Nightmare. Adrian, the trinkets I'm currently using, I'm using a stat stick for the haste because I lost a lot of haste, and then the Valor Medal of the First War. The uptime on this trinket is really good, and that armor. So if you see here, I have 46% armor mitigation. If I pop this trinket, I go from 46. And why is it not? And I think I got that. Yep, I got the logout debuff. What's up, Mad Max? Yeah, it was really quick. Hey, Mad Max, did you comment that you were hearing like a loud noise in my videos? A high-pitched noise or something like that? So yeah, without this trinket, I have 46% mitigation, and when I pop this trinket, I go up to 58. So an extra 12% damage mitigation. It's really good for this trinket that's up every 2 minutes. So I really like that trinket. Stays up for 20 seconds. So if you don't already have that trinket, it's from Time Walking in Wrath of the Lich King, I believe. So let's try to find an Emerald Nightmare group. Oh, that's because I looked in the wrong section. Let's take a look here. I'm not sure what you were talking about, Mad Max, though. I commented and I wanted to know like at what time of the video you heard that, because I'm not sure what high-pitched noise you're talking about. I wanted to hear it too. So we're looking for an Emerald Nightmare heroic run. There's some people doing Xavius only. I mean, I want to join a fresh one. Here we go. Let's join that. Start flying over. Alright, yeah, let me know, just because if it was that loud and that annoying, I definitely don't want it to keep happening. These Lua errors, I need to update my add-ons. Mad Max, have you ran anything significant? With these new changes, at least? Oh, also something else that I did post in this morning's video. I'm not sure if everyone got a chance to look at it, but that was my 100th video this morning. So again, thank you to everyone. Thank you guys for joining this community, subscribing, watching my content. Something else that I have done as well is just equip the highest item level. This is Haste Mastery. This new one that's 875 is Haste, Haste Crit. It's not ideal, but the item level difference makes a huge difference. Here I'm equipping the 880 with no haste as opposed to the 845. You know, it's these upgrades are just item level means so much now. You should definitely give Devastator and Vengeance a try, Mad Max. And thank you, Glocks. Let's get some free money. I don't know if you guys saw this, Blingtron 6000s, they can drop legendaries now. So when you loot that package, it could have one of your legendaries in it. Also, Adrian Salazar, there in today's video in the morning, I have a very in-depth guide that somebody wrote up that has all the trinkets for all of the tank classes and what's the best. So they're, you know, the best in slot trinket for Guardian Druids, Protection Paladins, whatever tanking class you're playing, it has the best in slot trinkets for you. And that list hasn't changed, despite the secondary stat changes and everything like that. That list is still the same. So if you take a look at that list, you'll know exactly what trinkets to get. So we are getting summons going. Let's see if I can help. Most people should probably be, no, yeah, actually most people should probably be here at this point. Alright, let me see. 40 to 43. Alright, I'm going to keep that open in the background. I'll take a look at it after the stream is over. But thank you. Thank you for looking at that for me. We do need to set the raid difficulty to mythic. I mean to heroic. Let me get my food buff out here. We have one person that's AFK. So hopefully we don't need to replace this guy. 2, 3, 10. Not ideal. Hopefully we can get one more healer, but if not, we can actually do it if the healers are all doing really good healing. Mythic Pug for the win. Yeah. I'm not Leeds, but I don't know about a Mythic Pug yet. Maybe once we have our 4th set of Nighthold, then we can just pug everything. Then we just set it all to Mythic and be done with it. Not enough deeps in here. And then Nighthold comes out next week. So maybe we'll be able to find a group for Nighthold normal. Hopefully. We'll jump in there without any prior knowledge. So yeah, this weak aura that cycles through my Revenge and Ignore Pain is basically seeing how much rage I have and the buffs I have and seeing if it's the right time to use that move. Just because in order to maximize your Vengeance weaving, you should be using your Ignore Pains only at a max cost of 35. It's a really, really nice weak aura. I am talented into Thunderclap, Jack. I do like it over Bounding Stride. But Bounding Stride and the Thunderclap one are definitely the two that are the most viable. But I find that when I'm in PUGs, I'll get DPS or someone that pulls for me, and that extra bit of radius really helps out. That extra bit of radius kind of helps me pick up whatever it is that they decided to body pull. So I do get a lot more use out of that Thunderclap talent. Hopefully the patch does give you that push you need for Helia Heroic. It's such a hectic fight though. It's a lot more about positioning and how everybody decides to deal with all the mechanics. And hopefully everybody decides to deal with them the way they should and not freak out in the moment. And I'm sorry that the music keeps stopping. It's really annoying. Let me take a look at that right now. Alright, I'm just closing some other things in the background. Alright, we should be good now. I've seen a few of the warrior threads, but yeah, there's definitely some very outspoken individuals out there that are not very happy. All right, let's see. Who's my other tank? There it is. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to be picking up aggro first. Let's see if I do not have assist. So I whispered the leader and try to get a ready check going. There it is. The warrior forums are very outspoken, I'll give you that. Apparently someone is right outside the instance, one of our healers. So we're waiting. Oh, there they are. They're running in right now. And one of the one person who wasn't ready for the ready check as well. Keep saying I have the quest to turn in. I think Cenarius is right above us. Alright, no pull timer. Let's get this Heroic Emerald Nightmare in the way. So I was talking to the other tank, he's very familiar with this, so hopefully I get a taunt off. There it is. Beautiful. Just go ahead and drop this over here. And the rot placed itself perfectly. Later, Andrew. Thank you for joining us. So again, sometimes this rotation just really takes off, and then every now and then you're just kind of sitting there. So there's the other. Let's go ahead and drop this over here. I'm getting hit kind of hard here. Alright, we should be fine. Heart of the Swarm phase. Perfect, I get to build up some rage. And that music keeps stopping. The last essence in Heroic Emerald Nightmare. That's pretty exciting. That's something to hype about. I'm gonna reset the music after this boss fight. Sorry for that, guys. I'm gonna sit here with full rage until my rotation is ready. I met my taunt off. So we should have... Oh no, that rot was not good. Get a taunt off, get a taunt off. Alright. Let's jump this way. Getting pretty close there. Yeah, we're not getting the best placement for rot, but I think we should be okay. We're almost there. Alright, yeah, we should be fine. Let's just get the hell out of here a little bit. We have one person down. Yeah, we're running 3 healers, so maybe it's a little bit more difficult for them. Hopefully it's nothing too bad for the rest of the bosses. So we have a few more rots here, and they're probably gonna stay in. They haven't been, yeah, they haven't been doing the best at running out. Alright, that's the Nathendra kill. So Nathendra is the one boss that doesn't drop haste mastery for me, so don't need to waste my coins on that. Let's get this artifact power. Andrew Smith. The new rotation, it's not really boring. You still have a lot to do. I forget to do the filler like with Thunderclap and stuff, but it's definitely less spammy than it was before. So before we were just constantly spamming stuff, and I heard someone on the Discord say yesterday that they have, you know, light carpal tunnel, and they're like, you know, I really welcome these changes. So it's definitely less spammy, less actions per minute, but it's far from boring, honestly. You need to watch a lot of your procs and when they proc, and when your swing speed is, just so that you can completely maximize it. It's one of those things that I don't expect to be doing really well for a while, for at least a few weeks. Yeah, Mad Max, I still actually have that if you saw me pick up that essence here. Hopefully we get that done soon. Both me and you. It has a lot to do with the fact that we're not running LFR, well, it's not LFR, that we're not running normal, heroic, and mythic every week. I'm sure if we ran all the difficulties, we wouldn't have that big of an issue getting all the essences. You got 15 in one run? Oh, jeez. Should have played the lottery after that run. I think the most I've gotten in one run is, I think, 2, honestly. Yeah, I feel you, Mad Max. I'm right there with you. There's a lot of people that have completely maxed out AP weapons and stuff, and I don't understand how they haven't gotten burnt out of farming Maw Souls plus 2, you know? Oh, that would make sense. If on week 1 everybody just filled up. There was a lot of things like that. For example, my hidden artifact prot skin. The fact, oh, we need to rest some people. The fact that for the hidden artifact prot skin for the first 48 hours you could just log out, log back in, and then people that didn't get around to doing that in those first 2 days, very, very upset about that. That's actually really high. Are you only leveling one weapon, or have you started leveling some alt specs as well? Oh god, we're getting LFR pulls here, but we're running heroic. Look at the DPS charts, boys. See that? 700k as a prot. 700k as a prot, and I'm not. I'm not there with the rotation yet. That's intense. Somebody did leave the raid, so we're gonna have to find a replacement probably. I don't know what role left, so we're gonna have to take a look. Let's see. Oh, we lost the DPS 239. That's fine. I was hoping we didn't lose one of the healers. Just stack on this. That's insane, Glocks. You really are running some high level stuff there. You're farming that much. If you have that much AP. Oh yeah, I haven't done Withered Army training in weeks. I have it just sitting there, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, the Fox mount would be nice, but I don't really feel like going back in there. And it's not that terrible, because nowadays, you know, you have all the upgrades. When we first started, that's when it was really bad, because you had none of the upgrades. All of your Withered were normal, really low HP pools. Now that it's easy, I still don't care for it. Let's mount up and get the hell out of here. So we're running 239 right now. 249 would be real ideal, or actually 2410 or 2411. But 239 should be fine. Should be plenty. Lucky. I actually did my Nightfall in cache earlier this week, and I didn't really get much from it. Alright, completing that quest for heroic difficulty. That took a while. What's up, Justin? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the Fox mount can drop from Nightfall and Emissary quests or from the actual Withered Army training as well. And then now that 715 is live, we also get the chance at that new mount, that Mana Saber. That one looks pretty cool too. I haven't even completed the Suramar quest line though. I need to get back on that. What's up, Christian Dor? Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. Let's leave this. Hopefully we don't get some bad pulls with this, because normally bad pulls with this trash is a wipe. But who knows, we have the power of 715 behind us. Really? Drop it from Ashara. Let's keep pulling all these guys. So at least no one has body pulled anything else. We got a pack going, but nothing too bad right now. Overall, I really am enjoying this new rotation though. Every now and then, I need to remind myself what my filler is so far, but I am enjoying this new rotation. It's a lot more active with the abilities that count as opposed to active full of spam. More shield slams, more ignore pains. I am enjoying this. Hopefully, Ursoc goes well. Ursoc is normally what really drives these Heroic Emerald Nightmare pugs and the live streams. If there's a boss that we have a tendency of failing at, it's Ursoc. But hopefully, we get this down. Let me actually whisper the other tank and see if is fully aware. Let's get a repair. Brewmasters do look fun. Very high skill cap, but they definitely do look fun. I played one when they first came out, but I haven't touched one since. I'm just whispering the other tank, making sure that we're both on the same page for this boss. Alright, hopefully we get this down. The other tank told me that he hasn't tanked this in a very long time, so he needs refreshers on tanking. So hopefully after that we're on the same page. So here's the first debuff. Hopefully with the Ren Flesh we'll get an instant taunt. Well, there's the Ren Flesh. So I'm not sure about these taunts, just because he did taunt way before. No, see, he's taunting right now. Alright, and there's the debuff on him. Alright, seems like it might be okay. Is he gonna move the other way? Alright, so let's get a taunt off because our Ren Flesh wore off. He's gonna take the next Ren. We're taking the other armor breaks now. Oh, and that person did not run to any sort of middle. Alright, so this is probably going to be a wipe just because people didn't run to the middle. I got both debuffs, but we got 4 people down on that one. So hopefully the DPS starts running towards the middle next attempt. But basically, the DPS ran over here to this corner and took the charge by himself. Yeah, the group breaker, but at least it wasn't the tanks this time. He taunts off every single debuff, but at least that way I can taunt back if we need to. So at least, you know, the tank is taunting off every debuff, except for when people started going down. Yeah, Ursoc 101, right? Run to the middle. Yeah, DBM is fine with this boss fight. And look at this guy body pulled. Body pulled and ran away. That has got to be one of my favorite things about pugging. When someone body pulls something and then just runs away from it. Like if they drop something, they spilled something, and then they just want to pretend it didn't happen. Like, nope, if you know what? If I walk away from it, it's not my mess. So Justin, the way you do heroic Ursoc is you go around the debuff of Rend Flesh. So if I tank Ursoc first, I'm going to be taking the armor break, and the other tank is going to be taking the first Rend Flesh. When the other tank's Rend Flesh runs out, he has to then start taking the armor breaks, and then I'm going to be taking the Rend Fleshes. So as soon as your Rend Flesh runs out, whoever it is that taunts off for the Rend Flesh, as soon as your Rend Flesh runs out, taunt Ursoc back, and you'll start taking the armor breaks from then on. And that's how you switch Ursoc. You watch for the Rend Fleshes. So we're getting some fight back of people here not knowing exactly what to do. So one of the people is explaining. Let's get another ready check. Alright, we're gonna get this pull going. So first debuff is going out. Then he taunts off. He's going to take the first Rend. I taunt back. As soon as his Rend Flesh falls off, he needs to taunt back off of me. So he actually, 2 stacks, that's fine. He taunted off. But now that his Rend Flesh is up, I'm going to let him start taking armor breaks. I'm going to taunt off for the Rend. So now I taunt off for the Rend. And he should taunt back off. So once my Rend Flesh runs out, that's when I'll taunt back. So the way you dictate what tank is going to take what debuffs of Ursoc is you go based on Rend Flesh. So my Rend Flesh just ran out. It's my turn to tank Ursoc. So he's taking the next Rend. So every tank should never go above 2 stacks of broken armor. So here we're going to have another Rend. I taunt off because I don't have any debuffs. He taunts back. So he taunted back. And now when my Rend Flesh falls, again, I'll taunt back. So there it is. No more Rend Flesh. I taunt back. He should taunt for the Rend. He did. I taunt back. So his Rend Flesh just ran out right now. He has the tank. I mean, he has the boss. I'm going to take the next Rend. So there's the Rend. He taunts off. As soon as this runs out, I get him back. So there it is. I got 1 armor break. He takes the Rend. I taunt back. So the tanks are always switching who's getting Rend and who's getting the armor break. But if you go based on the Rend timer, you'll be perfectly fine. We do have 3 people down right now. Not sure if this is going to be the attempt where we get them. It seems that some people aren't running to the middle and splitting correctly. So I have 3 seconds left on my Rend Flesh. 1 second, taunt off. I'm going to be taking armor breaks now. He's taking the Rend. I'm taking these armor breaks. So he went back to taunting now. His Rend Flesh should fall off right now. He's going to be taking armor breaks. And I'm going to take the next Rend now. So there it is. He has Rend. I took both debuffs. So that was a slight mess up. His Rend was about to run out. Hopefully he can take enough of this. Oh no, actually, oh, that's why we're going down too. We don't have any more healers up. So very close. The taunting with the tanks was very spot on. It's the charge mechanic that we're failing at. There's people on chat asking if people even know how to soak these charges. Correct, Justin. If you're taunting off correctly, you should never go above 2 armor breaks. I mean, if honestly, as a tank, you can probably take 3, maybe 4, but you should, if you're doing the mechanics properly, you'll never go above 2. Drew, I definitely do think so. I think warriors are now up there as part of tier 1 with tanks, just because we kept our mitigation, we kept all of our damage mitigation, and we upped our damage itself. Now we're doing a lot more damage, and our rage generation is crazy too. Actually, I think there's some really low DPS here. Yeah, there is. That's unfortunate. We have a Boomkin that's really low. So actually, a lot of the group broke up because of this. We're running 2-2-5. Well, let's go look for another group. That's a lot of people to replace. There might be a group that's doing better. So let's repair. Let's start looking for another heroic Emerald Nightmare. These guys are on dragons. Perfect. Let's see if they need a tank. Well, it said they needed a tank. Let's see if they accept me. If not, let's find other stuff. But definitely, I am enjoying these new changes to prot. We have less effective health. Like, I'm down to 3.5 mil. But the amount of ignore pains we get out there, how fast we get them out there, is definitely crazy. Let's change that. So let's keep looking. Heroic Emerald Nightmare. They need a lot of healers here. There's not that many heroic Emerald Nightmare groups. Last week, oh, there it is. They did accept me. Alright, and they're at Dragons. That's a really big group. 2-5-18. Wow. Okay. These boss abilities are going to be hitting pretty hard. Later, Justin. Thank you for joining. Getting a summon while getting a summon. This is a really big group. I think this might be one of the bigger groups I've ever been in for a PUG. You're stuck in WAD. You don't. I was leveling my healing druid recently. You haven't been dungeon crawling? Yeah, seriously, this is like a good old vanilla 40, man. I enjoyed dungeon crawling with my healing druid. Let's see who my other tank is. I think I found him. Yep. Where is he? There he is. Let me whisper him. Yeah, something I definitely did with my healing druid was just dungeon crawl through all of WAD. This guy has the repair mount active, and people are trying to repair to him. But he's spazzing out. Drew... oh, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to be tanking left on for now. Drew, Devastator is going to provide you a lot more survivability, a lot more... It's going to be a much better talent point if you know how to play it right. So if you're progressing tonight or tomorrow and you're not comfortable with Devastator, run Abominable just because you're comfortable with it and it's a perfectly effective talent point. If you're running something like Odin where you take huge spikes of damage, Abominable wins, but only by a slight margin. So Devastator is better for just about every single situation. If there's huge spikes of damage, the Rage from damage taken is better from Abominable. But honestly, Devastator is going to be the catch-all if you know how to play it. If you're not comfortable playing it, just run Abominable. Let's stack up. And we'll start splitting up now. And you guys know that I really do prefer tanking on this side anyway, so I don't know why. I think it's just an easier camera angle for me. I'm just more used to it. Alright, so we did a switch phase right now. So we're up to 4 stacks now. We'll be taunting in about 2 stacks. And you guys can see that my shield block uptime right now is terrible. Alright, we're back in position. Let's get this guy into position. Let me take a look at the other tank stacks. He's up to 6. Alright, let's go ahead and get a taunt off. Yeah, the raid damage going out is a lot higher than I'm used to because of how many people. But the healers are dealing with it. There's a few people that went down. And I think it's because of the raid size. Yeah, not having 100% uptime on shield block definitely, you know, kind of freaks me out. When I see that I no longer... I wasn't even paying attention to stacks that time. When I see that I no longer have any charges up and 0% uptime now. It's definitely a new feeling getting nerfed in that way. But overall, I don't feel super squishy. I actually feel stronger, so 715 is doing pretty good so far. So there's the kill. I don't think I have any upgrades I can get from here. And actually, we'll just do this. No, don't really have any upgrades from here. So no need to use that bonus roll. Thank you, Drew. And thank you for being here for the beginning of this community. For sure, Mad Max. I'll definitely look at that when I'm done raiding here. Drew, have you been playing WoW for a while? They want to do to Eloreth next. All right, so we're gonna go to Spider Boss next. So again, since this is such a big group, that's really cool, Drew. I wish I could have played more vanilla. I started playing this game about 2 months or 3 months before Burning Crusade came out. So the day Burning Crusade came out, I had an exactly level 58 Ret Paladin. So then I'm sure you remember the website Tank Spot. The reason, you know, I came back into WoW during Legion. I wasn't playing so much in WoD and in Kata, but I came back in Legion. I'm really enjoying it, and I missed the website Tank Spot. And so the reason I decided to start my channel was because I had that feeling of there needs to be a tank spot, and so that's what I'm trying to go for. Hopefully it's coming across well. It's a big aspiration to try to reach up to, but that's what I'm going for. I'm glad to hear that, Hunter. I'm glad my videos are helping out. Oh, are they gonna make it? Are they all gonna make it? They did all make it. So we are going to be doing Eloreth next. We probably, I don't know if this group has done Ursoc, but I'm okay if we don't try Ursoc. We've had enough nightmare streams where Ursoc just keeps wiping us over and over again. That's actually really cool, Drew. That was exactly what you were looking for. Yeah, I remember having so much respect for Tank Spot. I mean, back when I was when I was main tanking for my guild, it was really really good to see those videos. And I'm also leveling up my healer right now. Oh jeez, I'm dying with this. I'm not getting any heals. I'm actually leveling up my healer right now too, so I'm gonna be trying to do videos with both perspectives, because I remember Tank Spot used to have one tank and then one healer, and they would show you both perspectives of the fight as it was going on. So hopefully I start getting that going a little bit soon. So again, it's always good to whisper the other tank. Make sure you guys know who's on boss and who's on ads. Absolutely, Drew. As soon as Nighthold comes out, I'm going to try to jump right in there. And the large majority of my content is through PUGs. So I'm going to try to be doing it with PUGs, you know, the lowest common denominator that we can all get on board. Everybody in this game can just join a PUG. And Mad Max, you actually came from Mad Season. That's pretty cool. I got a really nice surge of people when Mad Season shouted me out. Hey Taylor, welcome to the stream. I stream every Wednesday, but if I'm not streaming, I've put out guides for every single one of these fights that you can find on my channel. Yeah, Drew, sometimes these pug runs don't go as well as they should. My first live stream on this channel, I live streamed the day that Mythic Plus came out. I joined a random pug, used my key, and sure enough, it was depleted by the end of the run. I think it was about an hour and a half of ramming our head into a wall and not being able to finish a Mythic Plus 2 with a random pug. So we're going to be running first here and dropping all the poison here on this side of the bridge, and then running to blue on the other side. You don't want to poison up this side of the bridge so that you can actually get safely to the other side. Hey Warblade, welcome to the stream. And yes, actually, nowadays you do need a lot of haste. I'm only at 21%. I got a comment the other day saying, you know, is 35% even possible nowadays? It is. It's what you should shoot for ideally, but if you can't get there, you know, you can't get there. I know right now, even with me at 21, you know, I'm nowhere near that. So again, the tanks are linked together. You guys see that link between us? We can't split up too far apart. If we do split up far apart, we both start taking a ton of damage. So here it is. We have to get all these ads. Try to maximize the distance between you and the other tank for all these ads. Alright, we dropped the Venom. So I'm going to move the boss a little bit, give DPS a nice edge, give DPS her back to DPS. You know, your DPS has to have room to be able to do what they want to do. Alright, and now we're going to switch over to blue and tank the boss over here. And I went down. That was a lot of damage going out on me. But B-Res. Yeah, this group is really big, so the damage that goes out is a lot bigger, and I'm not sure if the healers are compensating. So again, now that he's in this rock form, you have to taunt off between raking talents, but that won't happen till the next platform. Right now, after this, we're gonna get, you know, our feathers. We have to jump over. And everybody in the raid died. You see that? That's definitely a wipe. Nobody transitioned correctly. Everybody died during the transition. So we have our first wipe with this group, but this group seems to be doing a lot better. So we're going to stay with this. Drew, I was seeing something yesterday on the Discord that someone was at 31% haste and their uptime on shield block was a constant 80%. So if you cycling Neltharion's Fury, you can actually keep blocking things. But I think 35 should be our soft cap. Are you using Neltharion's Fury when your shield block is down? Because it's a good replacement. And a lock portal on the bridge would help. Do we even have a lock? We do have one lock. I've only seen one lock ever do that. Absolutely, Joel. When you're sick of wipes, you're sick of WoW. Wipes are very much a part of this. And I'm okay with dealing with wipes. When a group is getting absolutely no progress done with all these wipes, that's when I kind of have an issue with it. So we're getting a ready check, but there is still a dead person. Oh, he's offline. So there's that. White boys. And yeah, Warblade, Heroic Emerald Nightmare, and actually even if you run normal ToV, not LFR, if you run normal ToV, you should be getting some nice stuff from Guarm and Helia. Odin, he doesn't have the best gear for us, but nowadays the item level is what really means it. You can even jump in there. But even if you just want to jump into LFR, if you get lucky on a Warforged piece of item, LFR gear can get really high up there. Hunter, you might have your loot spec set wrong. So if you right click your portrait, click on loot spec, and you can have it set to whatever you want. So if you set your loot spec to prot, all the gear you're going to get is going to be prot gear. If you have it set to any other spec, you're going to be getting that kind of gear. So make sure you set your loot spec to prot if you want to be getting prot gear. So you can even actually go DPS and play DPS, set your loot spec to prot, and actually be collecting prot gear while you're DPSing. So we're waiting. One of our healers disconnected. If you see my raid frames. So we're trying to replace him and or just wait for him to come back. So they are looking for a replacement right now. Yeah, a buddy of mine, actually he's in the chat right now, 8 Hooves. Last time I was streaming, he linked me something. One of our guildmates got an LFR piece of gear that was Warforged all the way to 890. So it was an 890 item level gear from LFR. So if you get lucky on the rolls, you can definitely get some really nice gear off LFR. Or 895, yeah. It does. It probably does switch. So every time you switch specs, you should go back. You should go back and double check. Because I know for me, I set it back to wherever it was, just because I was DPSing for a while and trying to get DPS gear. But you should just check. I mean, it's worth it, because then you'll be in my spot. When I was trying to DPS, I forgot to set my loot spec. Here I am learning how to play arms again, and I get a legendary for arms. And Prot is my main spec. And Warblade, yes, this stream is on YouTube, not on Twitch. I stream here so that all my subs get instantly notified, and you guys can join. Wow, somebody. Oh, okay. That I thought that boss was gonna come over here and slap us too. Oh, jeez. But yeah, I stream every Wednesday here on YouTube. I don't stream on Twitch. So we are missing 2 people. We're running 2518. Again, it's a little heavy, but we are able to clear some of the other content, so we should be fine. Oh, I guess we want a tank over here this time. Alright.
4, 3, 2.
We should be moving him to the other side, just that we don't get all this venom on this side. But that's fine. If everyone knows how to place things, we'll be fine. Oh no, we actually are moving now. The raid leader just said, go to Skull. So hopefully everybody moves over. And I have threat on ads and on the boss. There's not enough area for the DPS. There's a clear area there for them. Oh god. That's the one thing about pug tanks, or pugging tanks in this fight, is the lack of communication, because then you get, you know, that link that really hurts when it goes red. So let's get these ads down. And we have rock form. So we no longer need to stay together. We can go over to blue. I'm gonna let him keep this aggro for now. We don't need to swap tanks or aggro on this platform anymore. So again, avoid all this poison, and we're gonna have the feathers right now. And actually a lot of people went down already. That's unfortunate. This was one of the only groups running this, which is why I didn't really want to leave this group. But we might have to look for another group. Because I don't think this is going to be a successful run. There's way too many people here. Here's the one shot. Well, the rest of my life anyway. And Warblade, yeah, I'd rather use YouTube. I try to stream at this time because for my time this is around lunchtime. So I know a lot of people can actually watch YouTube at work, and I can catch them at lunchtime. So hopefully you guys can jump in here with me and watch the stream. I think we're gonna jump out of this pug. Way too many people and a lot of people dying unnecessarily. A lot of raid damage going out. Let's try to find another one. It's gonna be one of those Wednesdays. Yeah, the Vengeance Week aura right now is really, really good. And the link I gave you should actually, the person who made it, the person who made it is actually trying to update it even more so that it can be a little bit better. I know right now, I think a few people have reported that it glitches out, but I haven't had that issue. So hopefully there's going to be another update. They did say on the 12th. So if there's any updates, I'll go ahead, update, and put the new link in the description of that. So let's look for another Emerald Nightmare. No, this is the same one. It says they're doing Emerald Nightmare, but the title says Hell yeah. Yeah. And then when guilds do this recruit thing on LFG. Alright, yeah, this is... We're not getting any other hits here. Oh, that group filled up really fast. There's not that many groups going right now. I did see a normal ToV group, so we might jump in there. Yeah, guilds recruiting on LFG is just... You know, you see something like this, you're like, oh, nope, willing to sell. Oh, these people are on heroic dragons. We can do dragons one more time if it's a good group. I don't mind that. Cool. We're gonna join this group. Let's fly back over there. Why is everybody dead? Everybody's dead. Okay. They said that a DPS ninja pulled and they don't have any tanks right now. Which they don't. I am the tank in the group. Alright. It's gonna be a good Wednesday. It's gonna be a good Wednesday. Oh wait, it doesn't matter. They're gonna kick the person that ninja pulled. Alright, we should be fine. And Warblade, there's also the weak aura that I'm using that tracks the Devastate talent. So I have this Vengeance one here, and then this one is Devastate. And what it does is when it's red, I need to wait and no longer use something that's going to make me trigger a global cooldown. So this one helps a little bit too. It's not as crucial. I find this Vengeance one a lot better than the Devastator one. But that one's in yesterday's video as well. Yeah, one of those moments where you're like, hey, a group. Oh, why is everyone dead? Are you sure this isn't... Are you sure you guys want to be doing Heroic Emerald Nightmare? Yeah, there's been a... I mean, the patch dropped yesterday. And these people on the Discord did huge write-ups already. And have done all of the theory crafting, all of the number crunching. It's insane. Good evening, Pablo. Welcome to the stream. I remember your name and your avatar from comments. Thank you for watching all the videos. You're always one of the earlier comments, Pablo, by the way. And you don't just comment first. So thank you for watching the videos, man. So we're looking for one more heal and one more DPS. Yeah, 249. So we're going to be doing dragons again, but after that we should be fine. It should be Elarath or Il'gynoth after that. Or even if it is Ursoc, we didn't down Ursoc either. There it is, Drew got it. Are you, Pablo, are you running Vengeance and Devastator, or are you just running one of these? Is everybody... No, there's not that many people inside of the dungeon, and we don't have a Warlock yet, so I'll be out here for summons. What about in this talent, in this tier, Pablo? Are you running Vengeance, Into the Fray, or Booming Voice? And yeah, I'm still debating over Indomitable and Devastator. I'm liking Devastator right now, but I might go back to Indomitable. Depends on how much, you know, once I start looking at all the fights and seeing exactly how it parses out. Okay, yeah, Vengeance seems to be the better of these three talents. I mean, Into the Fray tempts me just because, you know, this 21% haste isn't cutting it, and I want that haste back. If you run into a mob, you know, it stacks up to 5, so if you run in there, you get the haste you need, but on boss fights, it's just hindering you. But I'm enjoying the changes so far. Yeah, if you're running ToV Heroic, Indomitable is going to be better for the Odin Spears. Better effective health is just going to get you more bang for your buck. More rage from damage taken, honestly. But in a Nightbane run, you should be fine to run Devastator. So we're getting summons going on the rest of these people, but we have 2, 3, 8. We're still looking for one healer and one deeps. Why? What's wrong with Wednesdays for you, Mad Max? You guys don't have a camel in the office, like that old school commercial? Hey, you know what day it is? So we're still looking for a healer. But summons are coming. Run's going pretty well. It's not a terrible Wednesday. At least we haven't failed at everything yet. And honestly, the point of today was I really wanted to try out Devastator in a heroic raid setting. So Devastator and Vengeance are actually coming out pretty well. I still need to get used to the full rotation of it, but overall, I'm enjoying it. Pablo, I am playing on US realms. I am playing on the US realm Terralion. And Warblade, I was actually Alliance till this expansion. Once this expansion came out, I had a buddy of mine who's playing on this realm, convinced me to go Horde, but the large majority of my time playing WoW, I had been Alliance. Except for like the first 2 weeks of me playing this game when it first came out. And actually a little bit of Cataclysm expansion. I did go Orc Enhancement Shaman for the beginning of Kata. Watch you fail in here. Did you join this, Glocks? Yep. Representing all of the filthy horde scum. Glocks, are you in this run? Did you get on an alt to jump into this run? I think we're all good on summons. Oh, okay. So we're going to dragons first. I think everybody's here. This is Heroic Emerald Nightmare. We just filled up the group, but since I do PUG, you guys are more than welcome to join that PUG group. So if somebody drops, absolutely you guys can hop in here. Glocks did jump in here right now, so he's actually in this run as well. And actually, this is Glock's second time on stream. He was here in last week's stream as well. But yeah, you guys are always welcome to join any of these pugs that I join into. If you guys join the stream when I'm looking for a group, absolutely you guys can just hop on. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You did say you tanked Heroic Ian last night. And then I normally start my streams with the latest LFR. So if you guys ever, want to do the LFR stuff too, more than welcome to. I haven't tried the Dark Moon Trinket, but I know it's best in slot right now. So if you have the Dark Moon Trinket, you know, good on you. That's definitely the best trinket we can get right now. I think on my server it runs like 35k or something. It's not too expensive. So we're gonna let Glocks tank Lethon while we take Cassandre. So we'll stack a little bit and then split up. Also, if you guys weren't here last stream, Glocks, who actually hopped into this Emerald Nightmare Heroic Pug with me, actually designed the new logo. It's not in the thumbnail. I forgot to update the thumbnail on the screen that you guys see here, but if you guys see my YouTube channel, that new logo was completely designed by him, so hats off to him. Alright, then we can split this up then. It's fine. Pablo, you don't like that trinket? So we're missing 1 DPS. As soon as that DPS gets back, we'll go ahead and pull. But that trinket is supposed to be best in slot. Alright, we should be good to go. And yeah, money's not that, you know, hard to come by nowadays. But now that they're introducing the real money thing with the trinkets, with the game tokens, it's gonna mean a lot more. So here it is. We'll split up now. We got our 3 stacks. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Cassandre just because he almost has 6 stacks. My bad on that, Glocks. Oh man, I got rooted. And actually, my marks of Cassandra never fell off for some reason. All right, we're back. We're back into it. So we're doing pretty good at swapping. At least we haven't gotten stunned yet. And this is the last phase for swapping, so we'll be fine with this pull. Should go down. And this should actually be the last swap. So again, we stand out of anything we're going to be taking damage from. Just rotate him around. Run around that circumference. There it is. Dragon's down again. No loot this time. That's intense, Pablo. Yeah, I'll give you a list. Let me see if I can pull it up right now. Pablo, if you look at that spreadsheet, it actually ranks trinkets for all tanking classes. Or, yeah, for all tanking classes based on what's best in slot. I know for Prot Warriors, that trinket you have is best in slot. But if not, if it's not working out for you, you might want to try out some of the other ones that are on that list. So we are doing Spider next. But Pablo, that guide should help you a lot in terms of trinkets and what to equip. So we are doing Spider next, which was where we failed in the last group, so hopefully we're doing a lot better in this time around. After Spider, we're actually doing Cenarius and Xavius. So we're not going to be doing Il'gynoth with this group, or Ursoc, which is fine. It's 60k gold. If you're playing on US realms, that's you know, at one point that was 2 game tokens. Nowadays it's like 1 and a little bit left over, but still that's a month of playing for free. And yeah, if you click on whatever class you're playing, so if you're playing a Prot Warrior, if you click on the Warriors, the very top of that list is going to be your best in slot. And as you climb down that list, it's going to go, you know, next best and next best. And actually, you'll see that a lot of the better trinkets are going to be your on-use time-walking trinkets. And that's just because the on-uses are so strong. They give you a ton of armor, or whatever it is that you know that trinket gives you. But a lot of on-use trinkets are actually very strong. Hello, Max Level. How you doing today? Thank you for joining us. Let's run out of this. And then kill this trash. Alright, so on to Ellerith, we're going again. So let's split up the boss and the ads. Yeah, we actually have a lot better DPS than last time around. And the group is a lot smaller, so less damage going out. So yeah, we have less damage going out onto the tanks. And a lot better DPS, so we should be good. It should be a lot less people dying, and it should be harder for us tanks to die as well. We're waiting on one person, a mage. Yeah, what's up, Pablo? So the Gnomrigan auto blocker is originally item level 105, but if you get the time warp that I have right here, it's actually 815. So an 815 is our best in slot. Yeah, a lot of the Legion trinkets are not on that list because the Legion trinkets are honestly not up to par. So the reason why these trinkets are best in slot is because of their on-usability. I prefer the Valor Medal. It gives me 3,000 armor for 20 seconds. That's an extra 12% physical mitigation for 20 seconds, and it's up every 2 minutes. Sorry about that. I'll start the music again. This guy lasts for 40 seconds. The Gnomrigan auto blocker honestly is better for Mythic Pluses because the 40 seconds just stretches on for so long. You know, I have this buff every 2 minutes. It's down for a minute and 20 seconds. So basically, this Gnomrigan auto blocker has such high uptime, and the armor mitigation I get from it is about 7%. It's just crazy how good it is. You know, 7% damage reduction of all the damage I take in every minute and 20 seconds. I do prefer this one for boss fights though, just because it's a lot more armor. It's a shorter cooldown, but it's more armor. So in boss fights, when I need this, that's what I'm going to be using. But the Gnomrigan auto blocker is definitely your best for Mythic Pluses. Anything you're going to be running that you want a high uptime on that. And I hope so. I hope Nighthold has way better trinkets. That guide hasn't been updated for Nighthold. So hopefully when Nighthold hits, new guide and we get brand new trinkets, because the fact that we're using time warp trinkets is really a testament to how bad the trinkets are in Legion. The best trinket I have from Legion so far is this 850 grotesque statuette. If it was a higher item level, I'd still have it equipped right now, but I swapped this guy out for this stat stick just for flat haste, just because of the haste nerf. Yeah, Warblade. So those stat sticks are good, but having a big cooldown to use is a little bit better. Just in case you're getting in trouble. Just in case you're getting in trouble, you can use that big cooldown. So let's get these ads going and then move over. Perfect. I'll move according to you, Glocks. So however you're moving, I'll catch up. Alright, pick up ads again. So here it is, we have a transition going. We're gonna run over to this bridge. We have a decently clear area here, so we should be fine on this pull, as long as not everybody dies. So here's the gathering clouds, avoid all the poison. We have 2 people that are down, 3 people now, but we should be fine. Oh, that's unfortunate, these are way back here. Yep, it looks like this is gonna be another wipe. There it is. I think we got 2 of our healers down right before that. Yeah, so our healers were the first ones that died. But everything else was going fine, so we're gonna stick with this group. We got 1 person that left. Who was that? One of the healers. We'll be fine. We just need to replace the healer. Yeah, that's why that trinket is crazy good, because of the amount of HP and armor it gives you. And yeah, it's kind of a it's having another panic button, you know? Kind of like when you're running Mythic Pluses and you run into really big pulls and you pop Demo Shout. You can pop Demoralizing Shout. If they're still not down, pop your trinket right after that. Or you can pop both of them together to get really high damage mitigation. So we do need to replace 1 healer. And we're already looking for that healer in LFG. Warblade, if you actually play during prime time when everybody is on, you'll be fine. The fact that I'm running, you know, Emerald Nightmare at what's considered noon in my time zone right now, or actually it's 1:45, but since I'm running midday when not a lot of people are on, sometimes the pugs aren't that great. But if you were to run once everybody's out of work, everybody gets home, you can definitely clear Heroic Emerald Nightmare by pugging it. It's not that bad. And message me, Pablo. Message me on my YouTube. Let me know. So again, situations like that is why I like running. Ooh, we're doing this with 3 heals. I thought we were going to get another healer. The reason I like running Inspiring Presence, because you guys saw that I did get really low there. I just heal myself. And that rot placement. Alright, he jumped out. a situation like that, I pop my own heal. It comes in handy very often. So here we go. Transition. Hopefully we don't get any misplaced tornadoes this time around. Especially because we're lacking one healer. We don't have enough heals to really pick that up. Alright. We're doing alright. One person is getting low. One person is down. We're doing pretty good. So again, I'm gonna let the other tank pick this up. I'm gonna be weary of any additional spiders. Here we go. Raking talents, taunt off. Dodges the razor wings, and there it is. Got him down. So we did get some loot, and it's actually the exact same one we have equipped right now. I don't think there's anything too crazy we need from here. We already have this helmet, and we have these legs, so no more upgrades. So a blood artifact, 865. No. But we got him down. Up next is Cenarius. I wish I would get Titan Forge all the time. Yeah, where are you? Here we go. Yeah, so we're gonna get one more healer going here. Let's avoid all this trash and get to Cenarius. Hopefully nobody pulls. My weapon level right now is 896. I need to start farming more AP. Now that artifact knowledge is level 25, I'm down to start grinding out Maw of Souls or any +2 for the 3 chests and just get that AP grind going. Oh, my trait level? Yeah, I just finished 35, so I'm grinding out. Now I'm grinding out this guy. So I'm gonna start going on that grind soon. Now that artifact knowledge level is 25, I don't feel bad wasting that time. You know, just running, not playing World of Warcraft, but playing Maw of Souls, as Asmongold put it. Let's get a repair. So I'm definitely going to start running a lot more Mythic Pluses just for the AP. I'm also going to finish leveling my Healer Druid and transfer as much artifact knowledge as I can onto my heal. And there is Warblade, absolutely. YouTube has, I believe, like a 10 or 15 second delay. So yeah, there's definitely a delay. So again, thank you guys all for joining this stream. We did LFR ToV. We're wrapping up Heroic Emerald Nightmare for today. And something else I want to say in case you guys weren't here at the beginning of the stream. Today's upload earlier in the morning was my 100th upload. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for being subscribers. If you're not, so we're going to roll to see who gets what. I get the boss. So Glocks here, Glocks, who's one of the viewers, is tanking with me on this pug, and he's gonna be on ad duty. So lucky for him. So yeah, 100th video. Thank you guys for joining me. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, I definitely think you guys should. I'm gonna be up to date with all the Nighthold stuff. As soon as it's released, I'm gonna start releasing videos on how to do that, strategies on that. So definitely thank you guys if you already have subscribed. If you haven't, I recommend you do. You don't want to miss out. But we're going to finish up Heroic Emerald Nightmare right here. Thank you. We're approaching 2K subs. So hopefully we can get 2K subs soon. Also, I'm very open to doing videos with any other WoW creators. So if you guys know any other WoW creators that you guys watch all the time, I've reached out to a few of them. I've gotten responses back from 2 of them. But if there's someone you guys want to see me collab with, let me know and let them know. And we'll definitely try to make some collabs happen. So we're running 239 or 2310. We do have 1 rogue and 2 paladins for brambles. It's iffy if we should go in there. Thank you, Warblade. We don't have any hunters in this group, no. I think that's the... Oh no, I was gonna say that's the one class we're missing, but we don't have hunters, we don't have priests, and we don't have monks. As long as we get people on phase 3 that actually free Cenarius, we should be fine. And actually, let's take a look to see if Cenarius has any big upgrades for us. That helm just looks cool. Not an upgrade, it's an upgrade for my transmog sets. And actually, we don't have any upgrades we can be getting from Cenarius. I guess it's good news, just in case we don't down him. And I don't think Xavius has any upgrades either. So earlier, the video did state that item levels do matter, and if you have a greater than 10 item level difference, you should equip it. The only thing that doesn't fall under that is jewelry. They tried to, so they buffed the secondary stats on jewelry to try to make them more relevant, but the fact that it doesn't have stamina and strength makes jewelry a bit of an exception to that rule. Yeah, I think most hunters just deleted this patch. I wonder if that's still a thing. I haven't seen that in a while. People making videos of them deleting their main, of them deleting their highest level character. Haven't seen that in a while. Oh, we did get a healer. We got a monk now. So we don't have priest and hunter representation. Yeah, Pablo, if you're in a pre-made and you guys have the DPS to just burn Cenarius down, absolutely. I see no point. But in most PUG groups, you know, we're gonna have some underperformers in terms. I mean, 200k. If you really want to burn through stuff, it's a little iffy. Although most of this group is doing really good, so hopefully we'll be fine. Get some cookies. So I am on boss duty, which makes my job very easy, and Glock's job, who's one of the audience, one of the community here, Glock's job is a lot more difficult as a tank, having to pick up everything. Oh wow, 8 hooves from the chat just got this guy right here. 875. Nice Titan Forge. So again, for Cenarius, you want to do 2 to the left and 1 to the right. If you're going to do 4 phases, you want to go back to the left. So we didn't cleanse the left. There was more people stacked up behind us. So we didn't cleanse Wisp. But that's what you want to cleanse. You want to cleanse Wisp. And since I do have these stacks of Creepy Nightmare, I am going to have to cleanse after this. Let's cleanse now. That's how you do it. Because if you get too close to the other tank, you get the Thorns debuff. You don't want that. Yeah, the one thing I'm definitely still missing is my 100% uptime on shield block. So hopefully we get the right one here, and I get a cleanse. If not, I have to go through, leap through the air again. Perfect. So before the next Forces of Nature, I want to run over to the other side of the platform, but I have time. With Heroic Leap, definitely have time. And all of the ads aren't even down yet, so nobody's here. Alright, let's start running over there. Get one final cleanse. But you guys saw there's 2 on that side, 1 on this side, and if we're going to go through another phase, we're going to jump back to the other side. That should be the cleansing order of Cenarius. So we are now in the burn phase, phase 3. I'm going to get a spear soon. Just going to dump all of my rage into ignore pain. I thought I was gonna get that Spear Glocks. Alright. So there it is, Cenarius Burn. Got it. Perfect attempt. Very good tanking, by the way. Hey Anthony, how's it going? Thank you for joining the stream. Monster cookies. Andrew, so far the changes to Pra are looking really good. I like it. I feel stronger. I feel like I cast more ignore pains. No, you're good, Glocks. I feel like I cast more ignore pains. I have the only thing that I'm lacking is my shield block 100% uptime, which hurts me. It hurts my heart. But honestly, we are in a much better place now than we were before, and not to mention that we got a huge buff to our DPS. The amount of DPS I put out is a lot more in par with almost even a pure DPSer. So I still need to get used to the rotation. Every now and then I find myself messing up my rotation, but you know, day 2, can't do much about it. But definitely once I get used to the rotation, I feel that we actually got buffed. Even though our shield block uptime isn't there anymore, I really do think this was a buff. You know, that's all the chat I hear on Discord right now. Yesterday the Discord was, help me, what do I do, what talents do I pick up? And then after that, once a lot of the people on Discord got settled down, everyone was like, this is great, I'm doing so much damage. And everyone was like, shut up, we need to do really bad this next week. Everybody do the worst parses you can so that they don't nerf us. If Blizzard hears that we're enjoying this patch, they're gonna nerf us. So a lot of people were afraid for the incoming nerf. I hope it doesn't happen. I think there was a lot of people very upset that 715 was even happening with a secondary stat squish or secondary stat nerf. So I feel like their numbers might have dropped a little bit. So trying to change more and more is just, it's not going to be good. You need to let the internet take things in a little bit before you keep changing things. Yeah, you guys have had 48 hours. Why are you messing up on the rotation at all? And even though with Devastator we have less buttons to push, sometimes I feel like I'm actually spamming more things, because you start getting back-to-back procs, you start maxing out on Rage, you're actually probably doing more actions per minute. They're just less filler. Andrew, if you're perfectly fine playing a bear, bears are in a very good place right now too. Very different play style. Um, there's a few basics that every tank has right now, and that's basically active mitigation, trying to keep that up during key moments. That's crucial for every tank. But honestly, bears are in an extremely good place. So if you feel more comfortable playing bears rather than prot warriors, highly suggest you stick with bears. You also have more choices, because when I get tired of my tanking on my prot warrior, all I can do is melee. If you get tired of tanking on your druid, you can become melee, you can become ranged and ranged DPS or a healer. So honestly, druid gives you more choices just in case tanking isn't your cup of tea. There we go, Pablo. That's what we gotta get going. Make a video of me deleting my warrior, crying. And yes, Anthony, if you aren't using the Devastator talent point, if you are not using the Devastator talent point, then you need to use Devastator as your filler. As your filler for your rotation. Let me get a world marker up. Oh, I can't. I'm not. Assist. Alright, I have 3 stacks. There's the taunt off, and I should get cleansed. Oh, I got cleansed on the group with everyone. So that cleanse should have happened a little bit later. So I'll taunt off when Glocks has 2 debuffs so he can run out. There it is. So this fight is very hectic. Basically, the tanks should never get like 3 or 4 debuffs. If you get 3 debuffs, you're fine. But once you start getting to 4 or 5 debuffs, that's when things really start hurting. You should swap tanks at 2, ideally. So I have 3 stacks. I got cleansed with everyone. That shouldn't be happening. I should be running to a designated area to get cleansed, just because I'm going to be spreading a lot of corruption to people. So there it is. I'm going to stay over here to get cleansed out in this area. I'm not in the dream yet. He has 2 debuffs, so I should be taunting off. Hopefully, if I don't get a debuff in the next stack, I'm going to run in there. So I didn't get a cleanse, so I'm just running in here, taking this from him. But you guys can see how much rage I'm building up right now. Honestly, the rage with this build is insane. So I should be getting cleansed over here, hopefully. Hopefully it happens soon. I'm gonna soak this up since I am in the dream. And that smash has gotten me a few times, even though I'm clearly out of it. So I'm gonna taunt, even though, you know, I already have 2 debuffs. The other tank has 3. We're not getting enough cleanses. So I got cleansed now that I was tanking. We have enough deeps that we should be able to just carry this through, carry this momentum through. Oh no, oh no! Alright, this is not going to be good. I'm about to pop out of the dream now. We didn't get enough people that were in the dream picking up the ads or the puddles. That's what ended up happening to us. We did get a lot of people that are down. They pop lust. Hopefully I have enough cooldowns. I'm just gonna start alternating all of my cooldowns at this point. Again, stacking cooldowns has less and less of an effect every single cooldown you stack up on it, so it's much better to alternate the cooldowns. So pop my big cooldown now. Keep popping cooldowns. I'm the only tank that's up at this point. Oh no! Oh no! Xavius at 3%. I think we got this. It's fine. I did get maximum corruption though. There it is. There it is. Xavius kill. So we completed Heroic Emerald Nightmare. It was sloppy today. It was harder today. But we did it. So let's go ahead and jump back in there. See what the loot is. That was very, very messy. But that fight has a lot going on. If people don't know how to clean the puddles on the ground when they're into Dream, that fight gets super, super messy. And Anthony, how did you like Helya? The Helya tanking is very intense. Actually, hey Glocks, where are you at? Do you have this yet? Do you have the Illusion Nightmare yet? Glocks, stop running from me. Do you have this yet? There you go. There you go. Thank you for coming along and tanking with me. Yeah, Helya is definitely a very, very intense fight. I'm glad we finished it, Mad Max. We finished it just in time. And Asmongold deleting his warrior would definitely be the right message to send so that we don't get nerfed. Later, Pablo. Or, Pablo, was it you that was leaving? And yeah, normally you stand in a certain world marker that means, you know, cleanse me, but in this one, you know, the pull timer started. I didn't have assist. I couldn't put that world marker down. Eight hooves. Is that a Sloppy Joe Billy Madison reference?
And I know you like your sloppy joes extra sloppy.
Thank you, Warblade. Alright, Warblade. Well, actually, that does it for today's stream. We did our LFR, we did Heroic Emerald Nightmare. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. If you like my content, go ahead and subscribe. Leave likes. You know, I'm very active. So if you guys go ahead and comment, now that 715 dropped, if you guys comment, tweet me, whatever it is you guys need, you guys can even private message me. And I'll definitely help you guys out as much as I can. I'm trying to provide as many resources that are open to the community as possible to you guys, giving you Discord links, giving you forum posts. But if you guys want one-on-one, you can go ahead and leave a comment or tweet at me. Again, thank you guys for joining me. We hit 100 videos today, so thank you guys for supporting me. Hopefully we'll hit 2K subs very, very soon. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. I stream every Wednesday. Stream starts at about roughly 3 hours ago. So thank you guys for joining me. Good luck tanking out there.